Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. So today's video is going to be about the Libra rising. The July forecast for Libra rising. So anybody with a Libra rising, Libra ascendant, Libra lagna, or moon in Libra, this video is applicable for all of them. So the first thing I would like to say that Libra people, who are passing through with Saturn Sarasati, which is means their moon is in either Aquarius or Pisces or in Aries. Those people, they would see a relief from Sarasati, from the effects of Sarasati. Also, they would see a relief from the effects of Saturn 2.5 years, which is also called as Saturn Dhaya. So you would see a relief from that as Saturn got retrograde. So now let's move on to the important dates. Okay, so 13th July, Saturn got retrograde. Okay, so Saturn is a very important planet for you. Saturn is the lord of your 4th house and 5th house. So 4th house is Kendra and 5th house is Kon. Okay, so it's a Yogarak planet for you because it rules both the very important houses. And it is currently transiting in your 6th house and it got retrograde. So guys, I would give you a simple explanation of what is a retrograde Saturn. So Saturn is currently transiting in your 6th house and it got retrograde, which means all the areas that are related to 6th house, okay, which is around your health, which is around your disease, which is around your enemies. So you would, just think about it. You would rethink about it. You would give it a pause and you would, think and analyze. You would reassess all these areas. Now let's talk about in all these areas one by one. So 6th house is the house of your debts. Okay, so you would till now you have been paying. For example, you have three debts, you have three liabilities. So till now you paying them normally, but now as after 13th of July, you would just take a break. You would just take a pause. You would sit with a cup of coffee, and you would see that if I'm having three debts, and this particular like A, B, and C has the highest APR. So why can't I just cut my expenses, little bit expenses, and try to clear off the C fastest? So that's what it is. So you reassess the situation. You reassess the debt. So it is about your health. 6th house is about the diseases. So you've been working since a long period of time. Now with Saturn getting retrograde, you would go for a medical checkup. Okay, and then you would reassess. You would reassess in the form of like what foods you should include in your diet that responds best on your body. What kind of workouts that you can do that responds best on your body. So in terms of your health, you would reassess and then you would try to bring it under control. Or if you're struggling with some kind of a disease, you would make the necessary changes in order to get control of that disease. So 6th house is the house of your legal cases. So maybe you would just think on it like let's go for an out of the court settlement. Let's get rid of this. 6th house is the house of your enemies. Okay, so you may think let's end it. It's been going on so since such a long time. Let's just go and let's do a compromise. So 6th house is about the competition. 6th house is about your daily routine. So now you're following a daily routine. But now you would say, let me just see how can I make it little more efficient so that I can take out more time for my family, so that I can take out more time for myself. So you would think around that daily routine. So that's what is a retrograde Saturn is, as simple as that. You just have to, it just makes you rethink on these areas. That's it. So that's mostly about the 6th house. That's mostly about the retrograde Saturn. Now let's move on to the next movement is the 16th of July, when Sun, the Lord of your 11th house, is getting into the house of 10th house. That's a beautiful transit, guys. Excellent transit, which means you would gain in terms of your profession. Anything around as Sun is there, so it's authority, power, name, fame, popularity. Everything is coming, in your profession with this movement of Sun. So people, those who are out of job, people, those who are currently looking for a job, After 16th of July, it's a good time for them to aggressively start looking for a job. Good probability that you may get a new job. Okay, people who are expecting a promotion, okay, in a like job they are doing, good time around that. People who are you who are applied who have applied for a job, or who are planning to apply for a job outside, that then it's also a good time for them. So in terms of profession, it's a good time. The Lord of Gains is in the house of your profession, which means you will definitely gain in your profession. Okay, that's mostly about the sun. Now the next is 18th July, when Mercury is getting retrograde and is in the house of your profession. So Mercury is the Lord of your 12th house and your 9th house Lord. Now that's an important planet for you. So 9th house Lord and 12th house Lord. So 12th house is the house of foreign land. Now 9th house is the house of higher learning and long term travel. Okay, so in this case, what may happen is like in terms of your job, if you were supposed to travel to a foreign land, okay, it may be delayed little bit. In terms of your like education, you were planning to go for a long term travel around your higher studies, higher learning. That also may get little bit of delay. Okay. Now the third thing is, as Mercury is retrograde in your 10th house of profession. So guys, my suggestion is like just think twice whenever you are communicating in your workplace. So around your team, with your bosses, in a team meeting, in any kind of with a meeting with a client, or if you are a business owner. So just see that at least you are thinking, at least giving a thought of whatever you are about to speak. Whatever you're about to communicate. At least think it once or twice before communicating. So that's mostly about the Mercury. Now let's move on to the 26th of July. Venus, which is the lord of your ascendant, okay, is getting into your 9th house of luck, 9th house of your destiny, and Jupiter is already there. Now this is a beautiful transit, guys. Both Venus and Jupiter are there in your 9th house of luck. So during this time, you would see that your luck would travel faster than you. You would take one step and the luck would go 10 steps ahead. Okay, both of these planets are giving an aspect on your 3rd house, which is the house of your short-term journeys. So very high probability that you may go for a ultra luxurious short-term journey. Okay, and now this is the house of higher learning. 9th house is the house of higher learning, mentor, your father. So in all these areas, you would see excellent growth. In case you want to go for choosing a mentor also is an excellent time, because this is the house of mentor also. So beautiful time, guys. Now this is an excellent yoga for wealth. So you can get a great communication around wealth, because 3rd house is the house of communication. And it's like something which is really amazing. The only condition is that you should be passing through the times. Venus Mahadasha, Venus Antardasha, Jupiter Mahadasha, Jupiter Antardasha. Now that's the condition, because for transits it works basically on the times you're passing through with. So if you should of course check your charts and see, what is the position of Venus in your natal chart, and what is the the times you're passing through with. So in case you don't know how to do it, you can connect with me. I've shared my contact details in the description of this video. Okay, so beautiful transit, guys. That's mostly about the Venus. Okay, now 28th of July. Finally, Mars and Ketu. Mars is getting out of the conjunction of Ketu. So Mars would be moving into a 12th house. So big relief. Okay, in terms of, because it was a very difficult phase for everyone. So big relief is coming on the 28th of March. Mars is the lord of your 2nd house. Okay, very important planet for you, for the lord of your 2nd house of wealth. Now transiting in your 12th house of your foreign land, which means wealth can happen from foreign clients. Okay, money can happen from the foreign people. So that's the first thing. So Mars from the 12th would give an aspect on your 3rd house. So excellent around communication, excellent around writing. Okay, excellent around short-term travel, your siblings, your hobbies, very good, aspect. Third aspect, Upchaya house, Mars is very good at that. So, sixth house. So you would be able to completely defeat your competitors, completely defeat your enemies, with Mars aspecting your sixth house. You would take better control of your debt, you know, everything around sixth house would be taken care by Mars. Okay, so next aspect of Mars would be on the seventh house of your marriage and business partnership. So that would be a little bit of a difficult aspect in terms of there could be a little bit conflict with your spouse, and there could be a little bit of a challenge with your business partner. So I mean that's Mars' own house. So I don't see a lot of issues, but yes, it's the nature of Mars, and because it is the seventh house, so there could be a little bit of a conflict with your spouse and the business partner. So I mean these are the mostly the important things that are happening in the month of July, guys, for you. So that's mostly what I wanted to share, guys. So if you've liked this video, I would request you to press the subscription, to press the bell notification. And Libra people, if you've liked this video, I would really request you to write a comment, because your comment, it validates my effort. So that's it for it today, guys. And thanks a lot for your time, and you have a great evening.